All right, folks, my next guest is our own Washington, D.C. correspondent who knows a thing or two about football. Happy to have Britt McHenry join us. And by the way, Britt, you are the fan favorite in the Rumble chat, at least. Some dudes are like, hey, give Britt my phone number. I'm like, guys, pay attention to the show. You want to win some money? Listen to Britt. Ohio State Buckeyes, number 1. At number 2, Indiana. Wow, my head's going to explode. I'll let you go first.
I'm going to say Indiana, see you out the door. They do have the number 1 overall offense. I know everyone wants to ride high on their upset of Oregon earlier in the season, but you know what? That was earlier in the season. We have talked about Ohio State so many times on this show, Eric. I would love to hear what you think. I think this will be a high-scoring game if you want to take points, but I'm going to just keep rolling on the Buckeye train because they handled their business against Michigan. This will be the first time they win a conference in 5 years. I think this is an overall complete team, especially with their linebackers and the blitz combos they have. I'm going Ohio State.
You tricked me. I thought you were saying Indiana. Indiana quarterback from Fernando Mendoza will probably be of the first 2 or 3 picks in the draft. So I love Indiana on this. I know everyone loves Ohio State. For whatever reason, probably because I bet Indiana to win the whole shebang about 2 months ago. Yeah. But wow, if they pull it off this week, I think it's going to be it would be an amazing rematch in the final if it came down to that in the playoff championship. But all right, so I'll take Indiana. Yeah.
A lot of people are upset about the college football rankings too. And I personally am upset that Miami is on the outside looking in when Notre Dame is in the top 12, but maybe that's a discussion for another day.
No, Notre Dame's personally. Notre Dame's a really good team. All right, let's do a little NFL, folks. Chicago Bears. All of a sudden, the Chicago Bears are the number 1 seed in the playoff picture right now. The Bears. Who'd have thunk? At Green Bay Packers, 9-3. Your thoughts?
I'm going to ruffle some feathers, and I've said this online. I will say it on your show. I think the Chicago Bears are frauds, and I think they are going to get exposed in the playoffs. And you want to know why I know that? I was at that Hail Mary game last year when they lost to the Commanders. I was at the game this year in Washington where they barely squeaked by because of a fumble late from Jaden Daniels, and we all know the Commanders have been injury-ridden this year. So I've noticed them there. I love that they're playing for Ben Johnson. He's a little cringe for me taking his shirt off in the locker room, but you know what? Do you, Chicago? But the reason I like this matchup is because I just think the Packers have sorted out some defensive issues. Caleb Williams is really not great. In fact, he's the worst in the quarterbacks in the league on 3rd down completions. I just think it's going to be a defensive juggernaut, and I would love to see them get humbled. Maybe I'll be humbled if I'm wrong.
I come from Chicago, my hometown. I'm not a huge Bear fan, but in Chicago, you know what we love? You know what we love on our pizza in Chicago? Shredded cheese. So I'll take the Bears. I'll take the Bears.
And you like that deep dish.
Yep. You know, the Cheeseheads. Work with me here. The Cheeseheads.
I got that.
There you go. Pittsburgh Steelers, 6-6, are at Baltimore Ravens, 6-6. You know what? This year, no one's a favorite anymore. I can't figure anything out, so we'll let you do it. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Ravens.
This is tough for me because I seriously think something is more wrong and injury prone for Lamar Jackson this season. He just is not what we've seen. He can't run. His completion's been off. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been great. He really can't throw more than 10 to 20 yards, which is atypical for him because we know in his prime he had a cannon of an arm like Dan Marino, but it's not his prime. I don't know. I want to say the Ravens are going to come back from that loss to the Bengals, but it just, to your point, this is really hard for me to call. I'm going to go Ravens because it's home, but you know what? I got 5 on it, Eric, because Jaden Daniels is back for the Commanders.
There you go. That'll be a huge help there. Except you keep saying the Commanders. Who is this Commanders team? Who are these Commanders?
You can say Skinmanders.
Okay,
some fans are saying that.
I'll call them the Skinnians. I'll call them the Redskins. I don't care. I'll call them Skinnians.
Okay,
Very quickly,
we'll stay with Redskins here.
Tell me, what was the other one I wanted to just talk? Oh, the toilet bowl. The toilet bowl. Titans 1-11 at Cleveland 3-9. Not that anyone cares, but betting people may care. So your thoughts here? Nice sound effect, Ben.
You know, I think if you're being smart, you take the Browns, even though this is a real toilet bowl It's hard. I was going to say Titans, but that's only out of sympathy, Eric. It's just one win. I will say Shedeur Sanders is struggling as much as a lot of fans wanted to see him have this comeback story because he fell to the fifth round.
Which fans? I think he's too cocky. I think the kid thinks he's Deion Sanders 2.0.
Yeah.
No offense, not yet, brother.
And he's been throwing interceptions. His pass completion is low. He's very much a rookie. Which one are you taking in this? I want to give you guys good odds, but these are two terrible teams.
How about 33.5, one of the lowest unders of the year? We'll still take the under. What do you think of that?
Okay, we'll go with the under. Yeah, we'll go with the under.
We'll do with that one. Britt, really good to have you on again. Thank you. A little truncated, a little shorter this week, but we'll get you again very soon. See you next week, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You too.
All righty, folks. Let's talk about what's been lighting up the channel this week. And when I talk to the channel, I'm talking about the Edge channel. A brand new Tito Ortiz episode dropped yesterday. It's already making some absolute serious waves. Tito got real with us about his decades-long feud with Dana White, who runs the UFC. Unbelievable. Dana White's a billionaire from UFC, and they used to be buddies. Trust me, you've never heard him open like this before. If you haven't seen it yet, this weekend will be a great chance to catch one of the most candid interviews he's given. They actually got in a fight on a private plane once, Dana and Tito. And you got to see what he says about Tito Ortiz. So go ahead and check out the YouTube channel right now, The Edge. It's at Eric Bolling, The Edge on YouTube. YouTube.com/@EricBollingTheEdge. The Edge. I don't know. I think you're going to love it. Also, if you just take your camera, aim it at that QR code, you will subscribe. Never going to ask you for a dime. Never going to give you stuff that you don't want. This is just the beginning. This is a major show, a platform that's growing because of you. We thank you. I asked you for 7,000. We want to hit 7,000 by the end of the year, New Year's Eve. We just hit it today, almost a month in advance, 3 weeks more than 3 weeks in advance. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that sub right there. We'll be back. 2.5 minutes. We'll be right back.